The Tiger Army never dies. Bring on the hate. Let's get into this review. What's up, guys? It's Punk Guy here. Thanks for joining me back on my review channel. Before we get into the review, just a few things first. Don't forget to add me on Instagram at this Punk Guy. You can see what records I'm collecting and a bunch of art stuff. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button on this review if you're gonna like this review or not. It's gotta be kind of cringeworthy. But let's get right into the review. Let's just, let's go right into it. So if you can't tell, this isn't gonna be the greatest super positive review. We're doing Tiger Army's 6th full-length album. They are a psychobilly band from California. Here is their full-length LP. Check it out, RetroFuture. Here's the front, here's the back. I really do love that 60s, 50s retro sci-fi vibe. I'm always a sucker for that kind of stuff. Here's the inside. Very beautiful, beautiful artwork. It's kind of like got like an embroidered top. It's got the constellations to make the Tiger Army logo. Really, really beautiful album on the outside. On the inside, not so much. So this is my first psychobilly album review on this channel, and you're probably wondering after all these punk rock albums, why am I doing a psychobilly album? Well, I do like psychobilly a little bit, although after a while it does to me get kind of redundant, but I also think that in the beginning Tiger Army and punk rock really kind of meshed really well, and they kind of crossed over in the genres. So before we even get into this review, let me talk a little bit about my history with Tiger Army and how I first got introduced to them. So I first heard about Tiger Army around the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, whenever The Power of Moonlight dropped on Epitaph. And that was the first time I really even heard of psychobilly as a genre. And still to this day, I could probably repeat that album front to back. That's how much I love that album. Then came their next Tiger Army album, Tiger Army 3, Ghost Tiger Rise, I believe. And to me, that wasn't for me. They totally kind of switched their sound. They were going in a different direction. It wasn't for me. I didn't really follow them after that much. And I know there was a big split of Tiger Army fans. Either you loved it or you hate it. And I definitely was in the latter. It was just not for me. And so then from there, of course, Nick 13 evolved. He did his solo stuff. And I didn't realize how many albums Tiger Army had made. Geez, they made a lot of albums since I'd stopped listening to them. And fast forward now to about a few previous months before this album got released. RetroFuture, their 6th album, was gonna drop. They released 2 preview tracks, and man, they were amazing. They were really good. They were fucking awesome. I really dug them. I really felt like they were going back into that old traditional Tiger Army sound, the Power of Moonlight era, something I could definitely get behind. So I, like a lot of people on the internet, also thought they were gonna go back to form of their original Tiger Army sound. And so I was excited about that, so that made me want to review this album and say, hey, let's give Tiger Army another chance. Now, I know there are a lot of diehard fans that have followed them through their evolved sound, and that's great, but I'm telling you right off the bat, you're not going to like what I have to say about this. So needless to say, when this album dropped, I was pretty disenchanted with it. I wasn't really feeling it. I was kind of led to believe with the older tracks in the EP that they were going to go back to form with this, and I was looking forward to that, so I was a little disheartened about the sound of this album. So not to say there aren't any decent songs on here, but things like the Prelude song, it's the instrumental intro that every Tiger Army has. This one I felt was like the weakest of all of them, and well, of all the albums that I listened to. I can't say that I listened to all the albums. So like I said, the 2 tracks that they previously released, Eyes of the Night, awesome psychobilly track, just great old school Tiger Army sound. Nick 13 still has it in him. He still belts out those lyrics with aggression, but with the subtleness of his voice, just really magnificent singing on this track, and just the crunch, the sound of the guitar, the tones that he gets out of it, just really good psychobilly stuff. And also The Devil That You Know, a really great track, kind of got that 60s kind of like Cramps, like rockabilly retro style, just really good, a really catchy hook, The Devil That You Know, just really catchy stuff. I think there's even a music video for it that's very Cramps-esque type. Not all hate. I mean, there were some decent tracks on here that were like that were okay, Sundown and Last Ride. Last Ride has that really cool continuous chugging guitar riff in the beginning. I wish they would have put that track as the 2nd track after the Prelude. It would have made more sense. But it's just they're good songs. They're decent songs. Songs I didn't like for sure were like Mi Amor La Luna, which I think even Nick 13 singing in Spanish couldn't save for me. So Nightflower is this kind of like stroller-esque type of track, and if you don't know what strolling is, it's a type of dancing that the ladies do. And to me, the song is kind of repetitive. The guitar lead is kind of repetitive, kind of slow, monotonous. And you're saying it's supposed to be like that. It's like a stroller song. I know, I get it. I get what it is supposed to be like. But to me, it's just kind of repetitive and boring and dull to me. I don't really know what to say about the song Shadow Light. It's just kind of like this melancholy song that ends the album, kind of just drains you after having to sit through this album. I know that sounds really bad. But what I'm saying is that it's just a decent song that ends the album, and you're like, okay, that was Tiger Army RetroFuture. So I was really let down by this album. I was really expecting to hear that old furious Tiger Army sound, the one that never dies. Like I said, I wouldn't have reviewed this album, or I wouldn't have bought this album, and I wouldn't have reviewed it if I didn't think that they were gonna go back to that old sound. Because I don't really like giving like negative reviews or, you know, talking shit. I'm not here to badmouth bands or put them down or make, you know, other people mad that I don't like their music. Because really, this is supposed to be a positive thing for me to do, to share my love and my passion of music with everyone else. But I just kind of felt like this went 180 degrees of what I was looking for in a Tiger Army album. So I'm going to go ahead and give this album a 2 out of 5 stars. And I know I keep repeating myself, but this album was not for me. I know all you die-hard Tiger Army fans are going to love it because you guys love everything Nick 13 does. To a fault. If you like it, you like it. That's cool. It's just not for me. 2 out of 5 stars. If you're like me, that like old Tiger Army stuff, that like that old Tiger Army sound, I would definitely go pick up the EP, the 2018 release Dark Paradise. Well, like I said, those tracks are amazing. I really enjoyed that EP. So go listen to that. So guys, that was RetroFuture, and I know a lot of people are going to have a lot to say about this. So let me hear in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought about this album. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you on the fence with it? Are you an old school Tiger Army fan that doesn't like new Tiger Army stuff? Or do you just love everything Tiger Army does? And let it rip in the comments because I'm ready for it. And until then, guys, don't forget to like, add, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Add me on Instagram at thispunkguy. And I'll see you guys at a show. So I don't know what it is. I tried to make this album review as short as possible, and it ended up being one of the longer ones. Anyway, click my playlist if you guys like this video. I'm also going to put the last video on the left-hand side, or at least try to, of my last one, try to get these views up. Let me know what you guys thought. Until then, I'll see you next time.